The Grand Canyon, written by Mike Stark. The Grand Canyon, written by Mike Stark. Focus question: what is the Grand Canyon, and why is it special? Words to know: erosion, national park, landscape, protected, marvel, sediment, connections, writing, and art. What would you like to do at the Grand Canyon? Why? Draw a picture and write 5 or more sentences about it. Social studies. Trace the Colorado River on a map. List which states it flows through or between. Table of contents. A canyon so grand. Formation. Exploration. Make your own adventure. A natural wonder. A canyon so grand. In the high desert of northern Arizona is a canyon so big that it can be seen from space. This dazzling place is called the Grand Canyon, and for good reason. A canyon is a deep valley with steep sides, usually formed by a river. The Grand Canyon National Park stretches across about 1,900 square miles, 4,921 square kilometers. In some places, the canyon is more than a mile, 1.6 kilometers deep. It can take 2 weeks to pass through on a river raft. The canyon walls are rusty red and yellow and are made from rocks that are millions of years old. The Grand Canyon became a national park in 1919. National parks are special places. The land, the animals that live there are protected. More than 4 million people visit Grand Canyon National Park every year. Incredible condors. Don't forget to look overhead. The canyon is home to giant rare birds called California condors. California condors almost went extinct. There were just 22 left in the world in 1982. They were caught and protected so they could breed in safety. Today, there are over 500 living in the wild. California condors frequent the Grand Canyon during the summer, and several of them were raised in caves within or near the canyon. Formation, time, and erosion helped shape the Grand Canyon into what it is today. Erosion happens when bits of the ground are worn away by wind or water. For millions of years, the Colorado River ran over the land and wore away the earth. At first, the river water made only a shallow channel in the ground. Over time, it formed an amazing canyon. The Grand Canyon's walls have stripes of different colors. The stripes are layers of sediment that settled on top of each other over millions of years. Each layer shows a different time in Earth's history. The layers are much like the layers of a cake. The river is like a knife that cuts into the cake and shows the layers inside. The canyon's layers give us a peek into the past and help scientists understand how Earth has changed over time. Change, 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 change over time. Scientists say that the rocks at the bottom of the canyon are nearly 2 billion years old. Home in the Grand Canyon. Native people who still live in the Grand Canyon include members of the Havasupai, Navajo, Hualapai, Hopi, Zuni, and Apache tribes. In many ways, their lives are different from their relatives from long ago, but they have passed down many stories and traditions. Exploration. People have lived in the Grand Canyon for at least 12,000 years. Native groups have hunted, built homes, and grown food there. The area is still home to many nations. By the 1850s, settlers still knew little about the Grand Canyon. In 1869, John Wesley Powell led a research team through the canyon. Local people taught him about the history of the canyon and shared safety tips. The native people usually passed their history down through spoken words. Powell's team was the first to write the history down. Over time, more visitors came to see the beautiful landscape. In 1919, the government made the canyon a national park and forced local tribes to leave. Though they were kept out for many decades, today they help protect the canyon and its history. Some also act as guides and share their stories with visitors. A Tale of Two Rims. The south rim of the Grand Canyon is the most popular and is open every day of the year. Across the canyon is the North Rim, which is a 212-mile, 342-kilometer drive away. Fewer people visit because it takes longer to reach for most. The North Rim is at a higher elevation, so it gets more snow. It's closed between mid-October and mid-May. Make your own adventure. Today, millions of visitors go to Grand Canyon National Park. Some hikers explore the canyon for weeks. There are cabins where visitors can stay. Rafting on the Colorado River is also popular. The water can be rough, fast, and rocky in some places, making for a grand adventure. People also love to walk on trails along the rim of the canyon. They marvel at miles of colorful walls and watch as sunlight and shadows move across the landscape. A natural wonder. The Grand Canyon is one of the most incredible sights in nature. Its land, peoples, animals, and history will always be protected. Everyone who visits this national park is rewarded with an adventure and a view unlike anything else on Earth. Glossary. Erosion. And page 7. The natural removal of rock or soil by water, wind, or ice. Landscape. And page 12. The visible features of an area of land, seen as a whole. Marvel, to feel wonder and surprise. National Park. An area of government-owned land protected for its historic importance or natural landscape and wildlife. Protected, guarded or defended from harm or danger. Sediment, particles of dirt and rock that are carried by water, wind, or ice and deposited elsewhere.
Good job!
What happens when a river runs over land for millions of years? A canyon is made. To marvel means to feel surprise or wonder. Which of the following sentences states an opinion? Everyone who visits the Grand Canyon will have a great adventure. How is the north rim different from the south rim of the canyon? The north rim gets more snow. How did Paul do on his second trip down the Colorado River? He took pictures of the canyon. After the Grand Canyon was made a national park, local tribes are forced out. The striped rocks of the canyon show how Earth has changed over time. What is this book mostly about? What makes the Grand Canyon a special place? Which of the following sentences states a fact? Rafting technical. People have been coming to the Grand Canyon for at least 4,000 years. When something is protected, it is safe. How do different people like to visit the Grand Canyon? Name at least 3 ways that are described in